Okay, what have we got to work with? A book that makes you think about life. She's a chunker of a book, and sometimes you just need a spicy little romance to get you through. So, okay, so like in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 50 pages in, and I thought, no, not for me. And this one is basically about, actually don't know what it's about. Why are videos literally the most awkward thing to film ever? I really don't know, but welcome back. Hang on. Welcome guys to another video. Long time no speak. Today we have a really fun video because it is the start of November, and because it's the start of November, we have to pick out our monthly TBR. So I have a jar, which I'm very excited because I've got a lot of props in here. Why is there always traffic every time I try to film a video? I think we're good. I am very excited because I have a jar full of TBR prompts, and I've added some new prompts in there this time. And as you guys may be aware, maybe you aren't if you're new here, you might be aware that I'm not very good to sticking to TBRs. We're gonna give it a go this month and see how we go because I am so close to my reading goal. I think I'm sitting at, I also started using Fable and I'm absolutely obsessed. I love it. 38 out of 50 books. So I've got 12 books to read by the end of the year, and I'm determined to get through them. We're filming a video, so you can't make any noise. No. Everybody, meet Tank. He is the tubbiest cat you'll ever meet. He actually was called Tank when we got him. He was part of a litter of 3, and he had a sister called True and another brother called Tank, True, and oh my god, that's gonna annoy me so much. Anyway, another T name. So he was like this when we got him. We didn't know how big he would be, and now he's a chonker. So very fitting to the name. That's not what you guys are here for today. You're here for my TBR video for November. So we're going to basically pick these prompts at random, and then I'm gonna find a book that's on my physical TBR at the moment. I wanna say like 25 books on my physical TBR. Basically everything on this top shelf here and that top shelf over there is my physical TBR. So hopefully we can get some books off there this month, and I just want to have a really good reading month. That's my plan. So without further ado, let's get started. I think 6 prompts because I want to read 10 books this month, and I know that's a bit outrageous, but I feel like I can do it, you know? I'm doing a lot of traveling this month, so I feel like on the flights and like the travel days, I feel like I will have 10, can you really not be annoying? 6 prompts, I think, because I've got some fun ones in here and I really want to read some good books, so let's go. First prompt, a book with a person on the cover. Okay. I mean, a lot of them have people on the cover, or is it like a singular person on the cover? Actually, this one has 2 people on the cover. I'm sure that counts. So this is yours truly. This is the second book in the Interconnected Standalone series by Abby Jimenez. I've just started reading Part of Your World, which I'm very, very much enjoying. I'm about a third of the way through, I think. And you can see how much I've tabbed it already. I'm obsessed. Like, this is actually so funny. I hate when you read a rom-com and it's just like not funny, or it's like cheesy. It's not funny, you know? Like, it's trying to be funny and you can tell it's trying, but it's really just not like hitting the mark. And this is actually funny. Like, there's been some lines in here where I have cackled out loud. So very much enjoying it. I knew I would. Like, everyone said this was such a good book and it has so much heart to it and it's more than just like a rom-com, and so far I'm loving it. So yeah, I'm very excited to read the second book. Apparently there are like a lot of like little crossovers in the characters, even though they're interconnected standalones, so you can read them separately, but it's best if you read them in the reading order, which is Part of Your World, then Yours Truly, then Just for the Summer. I want to read Just for the Summer in the summer. I feel like that will be very fitting, but maybe that'll be like a December book to read, hopefully. So yeah, let's pick this one for my first book. Next prompt, a book with a 1-word title. Okay, what have we got to work with? Okay, I know exactly what I'm gonna pick. I have been wanting to pick this up for such a long time. This is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I know she's just released the Little Novella Spectacular, which comes, I believe, after the trilogy. And this one is basically about, I actually don't know what it's about. So once a year, the infamous master legend hosts Caraval, open only to those who have been invited. This year's week-long game is on Legends Glittering Isla de los Sueños. Yep, we're sticking to that. Where the winding streets are an elaborate snow-covered maze and people are never who they seem. At midnight on the first day, the show begins and the visitors become players. Each of them is vying for the coveted prize, a single wish. All they must do is unravel the mystery of Carmel. But in a game where danger hides behind every charming smile, winning isn't without loss and their wish might be their last. That just sounds so good. I do know it is YA, so it's not going to be super high stakes, I don't think. But I have heard such good things about it, and I absolutely loved the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. So I really think I will love this as well. And I have heard there's like some character crossover as well. It actually reminds me of Lightlark from what I've heard. So if you guys have read Lightlark, let me know, because that is also on my list of books that I want to read. But this is on my physical TBR, so we're trying to get through that. Third prompt. A book with a number in the title. I actually don't have anything with that prompt. We'll have to pick another one. Third prompt. A book that matches the current season. Okay. So it's currently spring here in Australia. What is a spring book? I feel like the only one that I have that matches is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. So this has been on my TBR for a little while now. It is a little rom-com, and it actually came to be on my TBR because I made my fiance pick some books for me that I thought that he thought I would like, that he thought I would like. I made him pick the books that he thought I would like. Yeah. And this was one of them. The first book that he picked for me was Love and Rome, I believe it was called. It is somewhere on my shelf. Yeah, Love and Rome. And I didn't love that book. Like, I literally gave it like 2 stars. Like, I really didn't enjoy it. So hopefully I like this one more. But I have heard a lot of really good things about this author. So I'm very excited. And I have heard it is a little bit spicy as well. And sometimes you just need a spicy little romance to get you through. So very excited. We'll add that to the list. Prompt number 4. A book that explores a social/political issue. I've got a couple of books I could pick for this. I feel like these 2 books are the only ones on my physical TBR at the moment that could fit the brief. So we have Sally Rooney's Beautiful World, Where Are You? And then we have Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. Both of these books have been on my physical TBR for years at this point. And I have tried to start reading both of them and I really couldn't get into them. Like Beautiful World, Where Are You? I think I got in like 1 chapter and I was like, not feeling it at the time. And then Eleanor Oliphant, I have literally gotten 50 pages in and I thought, no, not for me. But I do think that I will really enjoy these books. I really do. This one's part of Reese's book club and we know Reese Witherspoon has really good taste in books. So I don't know. So basically how these would fit that prompt, maybe that'll help me narrow it down. This one's basically just about loneliness, mental health. So that is an option I do think I will really enjoy, and I have heard it's a really good book. Like, it's won so many awards. It's just like an old book. And I think that's what's put me off, because I've had it for so long that the novelty of reading it is just not there anymore. And that's not a good reason to not read a book. And then we have this one here. I believe this one touches on the differences in romantic and platonic love, and that's kind of the basis of the plot of this book. So we're following 2 main characters, Alice and Felix, and just about their relationships and how they move through life within those relationships. And it also touches on topics of like the times that we live in and the world around us. So it's just like an interesting read, I think. It'll be definitely very Sally Rooney, I've heard. I do love Sally Rooney. Like, she is such a great author. I do find her books are, because they're so thought-provoking, they can be really hard to get into sometimes, and you have to be in the right mindset. Like, it's not like a silly, goofy read. It's definitely like a book that makes you think about life. They are great books, but they can be a lot to get into. So I really don't know what I want to read. I think I'm going to go this one because then I've read everything that Sally Rooney has ever written and I love that. So, and it matches the theme of the books at the moment. Number 5, a book that has been on your TBR for over a year. Do you know what? I think it has to be Iron Flame. I got this for my birthday last year. I think I had this on my TBR since last year, so that's a year technically. I got this for my birthday. Zach bought it for me when it first came out, and I started reading it, and I just wasn't feeling it, and I got 60 pages through. The third book in the series comes out, I believe, in January next year, so that's literally in like 2 months time, so I just have to get my butt into gear and finish the book. That's all there is to it. And I know there's an audiobook version that's like theatrical, so I think I actually want to read that. If you guys have listened to that, let me know, because I've heard it's like really, really good. So yeah, let's pop that on there. She's a chunker of a book. This is the last prompt. A book with a great first sentence. I was hoping I'd get this one. I really, really, really want to read this. The bed is empty is not very exciting. Okay, maybe not that one. What about this one? This is my book club book of the month, so I kind of have to read this one. So if it fits the prompt, then that'll work in my favor. This is kind of an interesting first sentence. So is that what it said? An interesting first sentence or a good first sentence? A great first sentence. Well, I think this is great because it is very interesting. So the first sentence is, if the bread hadn't burned, this would be a very different story. And I think that's a great way to start a novel, because like it's a full story and it's telling you right off the bat, if the bread hadn't burnt, this story would be very different. So that's kind of cool. I like. Did my camera battery just die? Yes, it did. How good. I've been wanting to read a Leigh Bardugo book for such a long time. I know she wrote Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows. That's the other one. Yes. So I really wanted to read another book by her. I know that she does a lot of other ones like Ninth House and Helllllllo as well, which are also on my TBR, but this one is the one we picked for our book club book of the month that I do with a few friends that I have, and we basically just pick a book, we all read it, and then we get together and we discuss it. So yeah, I'm actually really, really, really excited to read this one. Interesting. So it's kind of like a bit of magical realism, but also historical fiction, which is actually like my favorite genre of book or set of genres for books. I don't know, there's something about like a little magical realism where it feels like it could be a realistic story, but it just has like a hint of magic in there. Like it's not full-blown fantasy. And I think that's what this one is going to be. So it sounds like it's about a girl who has magical abilities. She gets thrust into a royal court where she has to use those powers that she has to better her own fortunes. So I'm actually really keen. That sounds so fun. Right, and she enlists the help of an embittered immortal familiar whose own secrets could cost her everything. What is a familiar? I feel like I should know that going into this book. I feel like it's like a magical being, because I remember reading Crescent City and they talk about familiars as one of the magical creatures that lives in the realm. A familiar is a spirit or animal that is said to serve, guard, or attend to a person. Okay, okay. So like in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the cat is a familiar. Yes, okay, that makes sense. Interesting. So yeah, I'm so excited to read this one. I cannot wait. I think we've picked some really good books this month. These are all the books I'm hoping to read. In order, we have Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez, Caraval by Stephanie Garber, The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros, and The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. I am so excited. This is going to be such a good reading month. So I will see you guys next time for my reading wrap up, which will hopefully include all of these. I'm going to try so hard to actually read them all. We'll just see how we go. Bye guys.